Today, I would like to show you an exercise about gaining perspective in your life. And often we are, one of the sayings that we hear is that I can't see the wood for the trees, that I'm too close to the situation, that often we get into a situation and we just can't see how we can do things differently. We feel stuck, we feel confused, we feel trapped. All of this happens through not being able to gain a proper perspective and have a distant view from something, because there's something amazing that happens is when we can see the big picture. They call it blue sky thinking, big picture thinking, because then you can see things in a different way. Often we get very narrow in a situation or an experience that we're having. And when we do that, when we get into this narrow way of thinking, then what tends to happen is that we our right hemisphere of our brain, the part that's creative, the part that's your intuition, it tends to go offline, and we start to get very linear about things. And where it starts to get confusing, because we haven't got access to our imagination in the same way, our creativity, our almost want to say like the magic part of ourselves, this expansive part of ourselves, we lose the access to that. And the exercise I'm showing you today is going to be teaching you how to be able to get back into that space, be able to see your life from a different perspective. And it's called the bird's eye view. And I'm going to actually run the exercise with you now. So if you imagine a situation in your life, imagine something that at the moment either you're not sure about, you're not you're kind of wondering how you're going to be able to see this in a new way. You're wondering about how you can look at this from a new perspective. You're wondering about what you can do differently to change things. Think of something that you would like to have that different perspective on. And I'd like you to close your eyes now. So closing your eyes, and just imagine that you're sitting in your chair, or you're laying down, or wherever you are. Just close your eyes. And then I'd like you to imagine you're just going to come up outside your body. And you're going to look at yourself from the top. You're going to be able to see down onto the top of your head. You're going to be able to see where you're sitting, the room that you're in, just shifting your awareness here. And then I want you to just imagine you're going to keep going upwards. So then you see the top of the building that you're in. You start to see the surroundings. You can see the top of cars, the top of trees. I want you to keep going back up and up. So you can start to see the people getting smaller and smaller. The house, you can see yourself through. You can see yourself sitting on that chair or laying on that bed or wherever you are, getting smaller and smaller. And as you're going up, you can start to see more of the town that you're in. Your awareness starts to become more into the whole country that you're in. So you can see from an extremely high view. Now, from this space, I want you to think about that issue. Notice looking down on yourself and seeing all aspects of your life, seeing everything, all the people in your life, people around this situation, and notice what you can see from this space, from being so far up. We call it the bird's eye view because you've got that vision, being able to see every kind of dimension, every kind of aspect of that situation from all areas. So I want you just to really allow yourself to see it from all perspectives now. Allow yourself just to notice and take time to just witness and see what's different from here. What do you see that you couldn't see before? What did you notice that wasn't there before? Could be about the way that you're showing up. It could be about the other people in the situation. It could be about something else in the situation that you hadn't seen before. And from this space, I want you just to start to take notice of these things. And I'm going to ask you to write them once you come back into reality. I'm going to ask you to write them down. So just take the information. Take these downloads that you're experiencing now and log them inside yourself. Great. And then I'm going to ask you just to slowly bring your awareness so you can start seeing more detail again as you come closer back down to earth, back down to where you are sitting. Maybe you can see the tops of the trees again in more detail. The people are getting bigger. The cars are getting bigger as you're coming back into your body now. And as you're coming back into your body, you see the top of the room. You feel yourself coming back. You can feel your feet. You can feel your fingers. Give your fingers a wiggle. Give your toes a wiggle. You can open your eyes and now just write down or take notice of what you've learned about this situation that wasn't there before. And this is a super simple, easy exercise for you to be able to just see that experience or that problem or that challenge or whatever it is from this new perspective. And I want you to try this on a few different things and notice what happens when you just give yourself that space. Because what we're doing then is we're also stepping into our higher self. We're stepping into a bigger consciousness as we're doing that. We're allowing a greater wisdom come forward when we do that. So try the exercise again with something else. From that awareness that you're stepping into a higher consciousness, you're stepping into a higher wisdom, you're stepping into a higher version of yourself that has more ability to be able to see the bigger picture on what's happening. So I'm really excited to hear from you. If you've liked this episode, remember to subscribe, to like, to comment, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.